Hello everyone, hope you're all well. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a more fun video for you guys today, a tag. And I was going through my older videos and I haven't done a tag in a while. It just seems to be hauls or outfit of the days. And I have a lot of fun filming these because I can just sort of talk and just be my random old self. Not that I'm not my old self in my videos, but just really just be like, see, I told you this video is really going to be random. So, do you have any pets? No. And I have had pets in the past and it just hasn't gone down very well. When I lived in Italy, because I lived in Italy, I was born in Italy, I used to have turtles. If you hear screaming in the background, it's because my little cousins are here. It's my sister's birthday party today. I don't know when I'm going to put this up, but that's what's happening today. So there's a lot of screaming and running around. But I did used to have pets. I used to have turtles and like goldfish and things like that. But and I used to call them Pee-Pee and Mimi. Really random. I didn't even have to tell you guys that, but those are my goldfish. Every time we'd get new goldfish, they'd have the same name. And yeah, it would just be this cycle of goldfish, because goldfish don't live for very long. Or mine at least didn't. I don't really remember, but they always used to have those names. And yeah, so I used to have that. I used to have goldfish, turtles. And then when I came to England, I had a next door neighbour and she got a hamster. She's about 4 years older than me or something like that, and I suddenly got into my head that I wanted a hamster. Got a hamster and I really didn't like having a hamster. So I will not be having any pets anytime soon. Name 3 things that are physically close to you. My phone, because I'm filming near my closet, clothes and books and rubbish and things like that on this side. So yes. What's the weather like right now? It's kind of like overcast. My window's just there. My mum told me it's quite chilly, so I might have to put a cardigan on. But yeah, it's just kind of overcast. Do you drive? If so, have you crashed? I don't drive, and no, I have never crashed. I actually think I will probably be the most entertaining driver in the whole universe. I can't actually envisage myself driving. I intend to start in the summer just because I don't think there's any point of me really starting now, and I didn't start last summer because I was like, I'm 17, what am I going to do with a car? And I'm 18 and I'm still like, what am I going to do with a car? Because in the UK, if you're 18, you have free bus travel and you have kind of discounted, what's it called? Discounted rail usage, sort of underground. But because I'm going off to uni and stuff like that, the university one of the universities I've applied to, I'd kind of have to get a car there. So I'm probably going to start lessons and things like that in the summer, which will be exciting. I'll probably do kind of an intense course, like a 2-week, really intense course, just so it's really out of the way. But I just haven't really seen the point of starting now because I've got exams and yeah, my concentration levels are probably really low anyway, so I thought if I start driving now there's just going to be just too much like faff and stuff like that. So no, I don't drive. Seriously, one question just took up like 3 minutes of me answering about absolutely nothing. And if I did have to get a car, I'd try and get something kind of classical. I love classical cars. My dream car is a Jaguar E-Type. It's got a really long bonnet and it's kind of quirky. So yeah, or a Triumph, what they call Triumph Dolomite Sprint. I used to love those cars. I used to like, oh my god, this is another weird like little story, but if any of you guys know what those cars look like, it's just a classical car, but there used to be this mustard coloured one kind of near my house, and we used to always drive past it, and I was like obsessed with this car and I used to think it was my dream car. But yeah, those are 2 cars that I just really like, so anything classical I would be more than happy with. What time did you wake up this morning? You guys are all going to really laugh at me. 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's actually a Sunday. But yeah, I'm having trouble sleeping at the moment. When I have stuff on my mind, I tend to like not sleep as well, and also yeah, it's just, I'm really strange. My sleeping patterns are really funny. When was the last time you showered? About 2 hours ago, and I washed my hair. That's why I hate it kind of when it's just been washed, because it just feels really limp and like brr. What was the last movie you saw? That is a very, very good question. At home, I was watching The Omen last night, or a little bit, but I had to kind of stop because I get really, really frightened and I can't sleep if I watch a scary movie. So I had to kind of stop myself from watching that, but that was last night and I watched like probably the first 40 minutes of that with my mum because my mum loves that film. But in the cinema, your guess is probably as good as mine because I don't really love the cinema, which is quite controversial. I much prefer just kind of sitting at home, like on the sofa watching a film, kind of with my duvet, rather than sitting in a film with lots of chavs in the front rows, like shouting and screaming. I probably choose the wrong films to go watch, don't I, by the sounds of it, but there always seems to be like young people, like younger than me or like even older than me sometimes, screaming and like being really like rowdy, and it just annoys me, and I don't really like to sit in silence watching a movie. So I like the fact that at home I can just kind of be at home watching the movie and I can talk if I want to, I can get up to do whatever I need to do if I need to. So yeah, I don't really love the cinema, and a lot of people know that, so whenever like someone wants to go to the cinema they don't ask me because I don't really like it. What does your last text message say? Get my phone. Chiamami me please, which means call me please, from my mum, because she'd run out of minutes. So yeah, I'm going to take my phone away because I have a BBM and I can't answer it because I'm filming. What's your ringtone? A lot of you guys will know this because my phone's like rang in the middle of a video before. Swedish House Mafia the One. That's been my ringtone for ages. Have you ever been to a different country? Yes, I used to live in a different country as well, so the answer to that is yes. I'll tell you guys where I've been. So I lived in Italy. We used to go on holiday mostly in Italy when we lived in Italy. But when I was 2, I went to Iran. My mum's from Iran, for all of you guys again who didn't know that. So yeah, that was the one and only time I've ever been to Iran. So I've been obviously to Italy, Iran. I haven't actually been to that many different parts of Italy, but just more sort of the beach resorts like Sorrento, Rimini, if any of you guys obviously know that. I've been to France a lot. I've been to Sweden a lot because my family, again, used to live in Sweden, so hey do to everyone who lives in Sweden. I really love Sweden, by the way. It's so clean. If you go to Sweden, you'll just look at the streets and it's so clean. But yeah, I've been to Finland. I went recently to do some work experience and to visit family again. So I've been to quite a few Scandinavian countries. I've been to Copenhagen for a day. I've been to Cyprus. We were in year 6, we all went to the Isle of Wight, and that was quite exciting. I know that's in the UK, but I'm just saying. Do you like sushi? Yes, I really do like sushi, and I had a bad experience with Yo Sushi. They left out the food for so long and it just didn't taste very fresh, so I didn't really have sushi until then, until one of my family members actually made sushi for us, and it was really good, and it was fresh and lovely. But yeah, I really do like sushi if it's made fresh, and you know, it's not like been there for a little while, like, because if you know Yo Sushi, it kind of goes round in a thing. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I didn't really like it there. I'm probably not going to go there anytime soon again. Where do you buy your groceries? I don't buy my groceries, my parents do, but mainly probably Sainsbury's, Morrison, and everyone's gonna laugh, but Lidl, because Lidl does the nicest mozzarella, olive oil and parmesan. If you're Italian, some of you might agree, but yeah, they do amazing mozzarella. The olive oil, it's like in a big bottle, it's so nice, much better than Sainsbury's and things like that, and the mozzarella's really good. So those are probably the places we shop most. One day I went to Lidl. I don't know why there's such a bad like association with Lidl, but yeah, those 3 things are really good from there. Oh, and the biscuits, they do these like chocolate biscuits, which are like chocolate on the outside coated like milk chocolate, and then just the biscuit. Oh my god, that dipped into tea. Oh my god, I love them. So yeah, and they do panettone at Christmas as well, so sometimes we find some really good Italian things in there. Have you ever taken medication to help you fall asleep faster? No, I don't. I try and not take medicine as much as I can, but to help me sleep, in case any of you guys are wondering, I either drink really hot milk, obviously I let it cool down a little bit, but I drink hot milk, or I have chamomile tea. I love tea, like flavoured tea, but chamomile tea makes me go to bed like that. Do you have any siblings? No, how many siblings do you have? I have 1 sister. called Alessandra, and like I said, it's her birthday. Well, it was her birthday on the 11th of May, but it's like, I don't even know what day it is, but yeah, we're having her birthday party today. Do you have a desktop computer or laptop? Both. We have, well, at the moment I use the laptop, but otherwise my stepdad's got a desktop computer. How old will you be turning on your next birthday? 19. That sounds so old to me. 18. I don't even feel like I'm 18. I feel in my head like I'm like 26, and I probably act like I'm like 26. I'm quite mature, but when you actually say it out loud in that, like, my life, I do not feel 18. It's really strange. But yeah, I'm a bit of a like granny, my friends call me, because I'm not like normal people. I don't love to like go out and like party. I much prefer like staying home, reading a book, curling up on the sofa, watching TV, watching YouTube videos, because I don't really watch that much TV. Going out for dinner. I love going out for dinner. If there's one thing I love to do, it's food. Well, yeah. Well, one thing I love to do is go out and eat dinner. Like, I like to have a nice conversation and eat. I'm a big foodie, so yeah. Do you wear contacts or glasses? I wear both. At the moment I'm wearing contact lenses, but yes, I do wear glasses, and I hate them with a passion. They fall off my nose, so normally when I wear them I tie my hair up and I have to perch them up on like my hairline, if that even makes sense. So like they're like slanted. Oh my god, I hate wearing glasses. But I wear contact lenses, and some of you have asked me, I don't wear contact lenses that are coloured. I don't really like them, but that is just my opinion. If you wear coloured contact lenses, then, you know, carry on, but it's just my opinion. But no, these are my real eyes, but you could probably see the rim of them. Like, I've had people who have looked at me and you can see the rim of the contact lens, but I would love to get laser eye treatment. Do you colour your hair? Yes, I've had so many different colours in my hair. Probably the only colour I have never gone is red, and I don't think I really ever will, and I just think it would look weird on me. But I started dyeing my hair, which is really, really bad, at probably 12, where I had like one little blonde streak. And then after I got that blonde streak, I gradually, like as I got older, started getting highlights, until I probably had a full head of highlights. And at the time I thought it was the nicest thing in the world. It was, you know, gorgeous and beautiful. But when I look back at older pictures, I'm like, oh Barbara, what did you do? What did you do? And they were really, really like goldy white, just nasty. Just never will do that again. But yes, I had that. And every time I used to kind of walk into secondary school, the head teacher would always see me, and the first thing she would say to me, I mean, she didn't even know me, and she probably didn't even remember I was the same girl each time she said it, but she'd always stop me and she'd always say, you need to change your hair, because we had rules where you couldn't dye your hair. And I'd say it's natural, when it blatantly wasn't natural. But yeah, so then I'm a bit of a like wimp, so I kept like, I kept getting in trouble really from her, and I used to get really scared. And then also I used to hate the growing out process, where you'd get, you know, the roots coming out. So I decided to dye my hair, and to get rid of highlights you have to go quite dark. So my hair was nearly black, which was horrible on me, and it made my hair really, really dry, and it was horrible. But it got rid of the highlights, and it gradually went a little bit lighter until I got caramel lowlights in my hair. And if you go look at my older videos, probably like right at the beginning of my videos, you'll see I had caramel lowlights in my hair, which I quite liked. But again, the growing out process would irritate me. That's why I love ombre hair. And then I got ombre hair, and I just bleached the ends of my hair. Hair. So yeah, probably my favourite look out of everything I've ever done, just because it's easy to maintain. Not a lot of people have it, which I quite like. It's probably ombre hair. Well, not a lot of people where I have it, but yeah. Tell me something you are planning to do today. Well, hopefully study, because my exam's really soon. I'm planning to eat because I'm very hungry, and I'm planning to tidy my room, because if you look, I mean, what you're seeing here is pretty clean and tidy. What I'm seeing in front of me is messy. When was the last time you cried? I'm a big crier. Sometimes I'll cry for absolutely nothing, because I do personally think it makes you feel a lot better. I feel like I just kind of get like a sigh of relief sort of thing. I feel a lot kind of calmer after I've cried, but anything sets me off. I mean, probably the last time I cried was at the royal wedding, because oh my god, I cried so much that day. I would just watch and cry, watch and cry, watch and cry, and oh my god, it was just so emotional. I just get really emotional, and I absolutely loved watching the royal wedding. I didn't actually plan to watch the whole thing, and I was like, you know, I'll just have it on in the background, but I was glued. Like, you could not have moved me, and I think I watched the coverage like 100 million times. It was just amazing, and Kate looked absolutely amazing. I was actually quite shocked she did her own makeup. I really didn't think that would happen, that she would do her own makeup. And I know she wore a Laura Mercier foundation, and I was like, oh, you know, I don't know. But yeah, and it was just the most, I thought it was absolutely amazing, the whole thing. And yeah, so that was probably the last time I cried. Otherwise, any soppy old film, I cry. What film do I really cry at? I don't know. I can't think right now, but I cry a lot. What is your perfect pizza topping? Ooh, this is not hard for me at all. 4 cheeses. I just love cheese. If I don't want something that heavy, then I'll probably go for something like mushrooms. Oh, I love mushrooms. So yeah, it's either like 4 cheeses or mushrooms, or I have the, what's it called now? Gosh, I should know this. I forgot. It's the one with spinach and then like an egg in the middle of the pizza. So it's kind of like a round up between all those things. Yeah. In Italy though, when I go to Italy, I have either zucchini, because these things you can't really find them in the UK. I know a lot of you probably know this, but in Italy you can buy like 1 slice of pizza for like €2 or something like that. And when I go there, I either have like a zucchini on top of the pizza, or they do like a potato pizza, or they do like the pizza and then they have inside the pizza, so not outside, like not on the top, they have filling, and I get like cheese and ham, or spinach and or spinach and cheese, things like that. So I much prefer like quality Italian normal pizza, where, yeah, from Italy, but those are probably what I love. Oh my god, I didn't even explain what zucchini are. Courgettes. I love courgettes. Do you prefer hamburgers or cheeseburgers? Cheeseburgers. Have you ever had an all-nighter? Yes. Probably the one all-nighter that I will always remember for the rest of my life is the night after my prom. It wasn't even a really good party, and the person, if they're watching this, is probably going to kill me, but my friend and I left at like 5 in the morning because I had work the next day, so it was absolutely horrible and I was absolutely knackered. I was working at the time as a receptionist in my cousin's hairdresser, and oh my god, the next morning, like the next day, I was shattered. Shattered doesn't even describe it. And I just remember right at the end of the day, around 5:30, being at my desk and just being like, and then like looking up and being like, oh my god, did anyone see me? And especially when the night before, it's just not really like, I mean, if you have a memorable night, then it's kind of like the two balance out, because you're like, you know, I'm really tired, but you know, I had an amazing night. But when you had like a really like ugh night, and most of the people around you had a really like night as well, you just feel like, you know, could have had my 10 hours sleep or 8 hours sleep or whatever hours sleep you have. What is your eye colour? Hazel. It kind of changes, but yeah. And I get that from my dad. Can you taste the difference between Pepsi and Coke? I can't even taste the difference between Coke Light, Coke Zero, Coke... Yeah, that's like it. Obviously I can taste the difference between like cherry Coke. I really don't like cherry Coke, but I can't taste the difference. I just order whatever's there. So yeah, those are my 25 questions answered and done and dusted. If you guys want to, please do a video response. I would love to watch them because I love getting to know people a little bit better.